October 12, 1998, Lexington, Kentucky, 7:15 a.m. Detective Silas Merritt, a 15-year veteran, was found slumped over his patrol truck steering wheel, a single bullet through his temple. His service weapon remained holstered. No struggle, no robbery, just a respected detective murdered in cold blood 3 blocks from the station. For 22 years, this case haunted Lexington. But the arrest in 2020 would shock America because the killer wore the same badge. Silas Merritt wasn't just any cop. At 42, he was Lexington's moral compass. A local boy who'd played quarterback at Lexington High, he'd made detective by 30. His colleagues called him methodical, persistent, and fair. Silas never saw cases, he saw people, said his supervisor. But what made Merritt truly notable was his integrity. In 1996, he'd led an internal investigation resulting in 2 officer resignations. Recently, he joined a DEA task force investigating drug trafficking with possible connections to local officials. The morning he died, Merritt had scheduled a 9 a.m. meeting with the district attorney. He'd called the DA at 11:42 p.m. the previous night, mentioning something significant to discuss. The murder scene baffled investigators. Merritt's truck was parked deliberately on Maple Creek Road, a quiet residential street, not his usual route home, not near any active cases. The doors were locked. No forced entry, no struggle. The killing showed precision. 1 shot, close range, instant death between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. Merritt's wallet, watch, and wedding ring remained untouched. His service weapon was still secured. But his police radio was set to the wrong channel, something colleagues insisted he'd never do. Crime scene analysis revealed surfaces had been carefully wiped clean. No shell casings, no murder weapon despite extensive searches. The bullet, .40 caliber, was too damaged for 1998 ballistics technology to identify. Most puzzling, Merritt's phone records showed a final call at 11:38 p.m. to a prepaid burner phone, purchased with cash 2 weeks earlier. The call lasted 4 minutes, then silence. The task force interviewed 122 people, executed 17 search warrants, analyzed case files, emails, phone records. They found that Merritt had been requesting old drug case files from 1992 to 1994, but his meticulous notes about these cases were missing. His laptop had been professionally wiped days before his death. One lead seemed promising. Merritt had checked out 17 old case files. 3 were missing. What was he investigating? A confidential memo noted, "The precision, the cleanup, the lack of evidence. It has all the hallmarks of someone with law enforcement knowledge." By 2001, the case went cold. Maria Merritt stopped receiving updates. Her children grew up without answers. Annual memorials dwindled. The town learned to live with an open wound. For 22 years, the case collected dust. The Merritt family maintained a room dedicated to Silas. Newspaper clippings, recorded TV segments, correspondence with detectives. Every anniversary, Maria would call the department, "Please remember Silas." The family funded private forensic testing when budgets ran dry. They increased the reward to $150,000. They established a scholarship in Silas's name. Meanwhile, technology advanced. DNA analysis improved. Digital forensics emerged. The ballistics database expanded, but still, no breakthrough. By 2019, many considered the case unsolvable. 21 years is an eternity in homicide investigation. Memories fade, evidence degrades, hope diminishes. January 2020, Detective Allison Reed, the cold case unit's newest member, became obsessed with the Merritt case. At a Nashville conference, she learned about topographic bullet identification, revolutionary 3D imaging technology that could analyze severely damaged bullets. She transported the Merritt bullet to the FBI's lab. The TBI scan revealed microscopic details invisible to previous examinations, but they needed to compare these markings against known firearms. Reed proposed the unprecedented. Every current and former Lexington officer should voluntarily submit their weapons for testing. Despite union objections, Chief Davis backed her. Within weeks, nearly 300 firearms were tested. No matches. Then Maria Merritt made a discovery. Hidden in an old briefcase lining, a small notebook with cryptic entries. One page read, DS, Glock, SN, WTF, 1194. DS, Daniel Slater. A 31-year veteran who'd retired in 2012 with full honors. More significantly, he'd been on the original Merritt murder task force. The serial number matched a Glock Slater had reported stolen in 1997, a year before Merritt's murder. A search warrant was executed on Slater's lakeside retirement home. Initially, nothing suspicious. Then investigators noticed an odd boat dock support post. Inside, wrapped in waterproof material, the Glock 23. FBI analysis confirmed it. 99.8% certainty that this weapon fired the bullet that killed Silas Merritt. June 8, 2020. Daniel Slater was arrested. Evidence flooded in. Financial records showed $475,000 in unexplained income through shell companies, traced to the Cabrera drug cartel. Slater had provided intelligence, tipped off raids, sabotaged investigations. Merritt's recovered notebook revealed everything. He'd noticed patterns. Investigations that mysteriously collapsed, confidential informants exposed, major raids yielding empty warehouses. One name kept appearing, Daniel Slater. 3 days before his murder, Merritt had accessed the firearms registry, checking Slater's stolen Glock status. This digital footprint alerted Slater, who used a burner phone to arrange a meeting on Maple Creek Road. Slater exploited Merritt's decency, knew he'd meet privately, come alone, give a fellow officer the benefit of doubt. Most disturbing, after the murder, Slater volunteered for the investigation task force. He positioned himself as the Merritt family liaison. He attended every memorial, sent holiday cards, mentored officers using lessons learned from Silas. For 22 years, he stood at Merritt's grave, consoled his widow, watched his children grow, knowing he was responsible. March 2021, the trial. 6 weeks, 87 witnesses, over 1,200 pieces of evidence. The jury deliberated 7 hours. Guilty on all counts. Maria Merritt addressed the court. For 22 years, you looked me in the eye and promised you were finding Silas's killer. You sat at our dinner table. You hugged me at memorial services. And all the while, you were the monster who took him from us. Life imprisonment without parole, plus 40 years. The Merritt children established the Detective Silas Merritt Foundation for Police Integrity, supporting whistleblowers and anti-corruption measures. October 2021. Lexington unveiled a bronze statue of Merritt at police headquarters. The plaque reads, "He sought truth no matter the cost." The case transformed law enforcement nationwide. A reminder that badges don't guarantee integrity, that no case is beyond solving, and that justice, though delayed, can still prevail. Detective Silas Merritt died pursuing the truth. 22 years later, that truth finally emerged from darkness, exposing the monster who hid behind a badge. What's your weather like today? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.